normal and she passed her newborn screenings, except for her hearing test, which the doctors were really not too concerned about. At 3 months old, she wasn't tracking, batting at toys, or interacting. An evaluation by our family doctor resulted in our referral to the Children's Hospital in Iowa City. From there, we had many more tests and evaluations done with no answers. She was then referred to Atlanta for a second opinion and a fresh muscle biopsy. The doctors found that Natalie had a mitochondrial disease that affected her brain. Natalie was unofficially diagnosed with mitochondrial encephalomyopathy, meaning that the oxygen she was taking in was not converting into enough energy to allow her brain to work correctly. She wasn't able to control her body. She was confined to a bed, a wheelchair, or our arms. She couldn't walk or talk, but she could smile and laugh. Natalie's laugh brightened many of our dark days. Her laugh was beautiful and contagious. We found a quote that explains Natalie's laugh. The first time her laughter furled its wings in the wind, we knew our world would never be the same. That was our miracle, and the sound I miss every single day. We were told when she was about a year old that she would have a couple months to a couple years. She was nearly 6. She had doubled what the doctors thought. 2 years into our battle, I accepted that she wasn't going to miraculously be fixed. I grieved for the life she was given that we would never enjoy together. This sweet child that would never start school, graduate, get married, or have beautiful children of her own. As time went by and Natalie's health started to deteriorate, I began to pray for peace for the little girl's mind and body. I wanted the seizures to stop. I wanted her heart to stop fighting with every heartbeat. Natalie's journey in heaven began January 6, 2010. She is now healthy and whole. She can run, jump, sing, and play. I stayed home with Natalie for nearly 3 years, and her dad owned his own business. Before we were self-employed, we both carried life insurance on her. Natalie's health issues prevented us from purchasing a policy. I searched for programs to help, but we didn't qualify for government assistance. Natalie had a Make-A-Wish that was never granted. When I contacted them for assistance, they said that once a child passes, the wish expires. So an idea began to form. A nonprofit that helps pay funeral expenses for children. I know now that my purpose in life is to help families of other ages get the memorial or tribute they deserve. Sing Me to Heaven is Natalie's inspiration. With a special gift on Christmas 2010 from my mom Diane and stepdad Scott, Sing Me to Heaven has become a reality. We chose our board of directors based on their special relationship with Natalie and their drive to make a difference. The Sing Me to Heaven Foundation is to help families give a proper tribute to a child they have lost. I came up with the name from a song I sang in high school choir. I contacted the composer of Sing Me to Heaven, and on my birthday in December 2010, I received an email from him saying that he and his wife gave their blessing and that I wouldn't have to worry about the legalities of copyrights. On Natalie's first angel birthday, January 6, 2011, we met with Sing Me to Heaven's attorney, Corey Lorenzen. It was a positive way for us to celebrate such a sad day. By July, we were incorporated and had obtained our 501c3 public charity status. On August 27th, we held a charity event, silent auction, that included 45 donated chairs decorated as gift baskets. We had overwhelming support from the community, both in donation of chairs and bidders. We nearly doubled our initial goal. 4 days after this event, we received a call from a family in Altoona. They needed our help. Sydney had suffered kidney problems and had a kidney transplant around Christmas of 2009. We were told she was an amazing girl with many friends and family who loved her dearly. She loved music and was a great artist. She was recovering well from the transplant. Sydney turned 17 August 28th. The next day, on the way to a friend's house, she was killed in a car accident. Sydney had a wish from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. She was supposed to take a trip with her family. But she was also taken before her wish could be granted. After her death, her family contacted Make-A-Wish for help. They referred Sydney's family to Sing Me to Heaven. Due to our community's support and blessings, we were able to make a generous donation to Sydney's funeral expenses. Sydney's family was so touched that a week after her death, Sydney's father contacted us. He had just picked up her last paycheck from her employer and wanted to know how he could donate that to Sing Me to Heaven. The family is also organizing a couple of fundraisers. The money is going to a scholarship fund in Sydney's name to pay it forward. We've had some generous donations, and one that sticks out in our minds is a family from the LaPorte City area during Christmas time. This family decided that instead of the adults buying gifts for each other, they would rather pay it forward to help out a nonprofit organization. They chose Sing Me to Heaven, and 4 checks were delivered to us by this family shortly after Christmas. To date, we have provided financial assistance to 5 families ranging from a few weeks to 18 years old. We have also donated 2 handcrafted crosses to 2 other families that didn't need our financial assistance, but we wanted them to know that we were thinking of them at such a devastating time. We have learned a lot in the last year. Funeral homes vary in the way they charge for children. Our goal is to partner with funeral homes and insurance companies. For Christmas this past year, my parents chose to purchase life insurance for their 5 grandchildren. We learned that insuring a child is not as expensive as many think. A couple Happy Meals a month pays for a child to have a policy. We recently had Transamerica Insurance make a substantial donation, which opens the door for us to start a partnership. Sing Me to Heaven is young, and we are still learning, but we see a need and we are here to help. Our mission states that we help financially, but as I mentioned earlier, we have also donated handcrafted metal crosses created personally from Blacksmith Boutique in Dyford. We want all families to know we are here emotionally as well as financially. In order to let families know this, we would love your support and help to spread our message. My heart will always have a hole in it, but I have come to understand that helping is healing. And if you have any questions, we are more than willing to help answer. Thank you.
Basically, what Jennifer wants all of us as funeral directors to know is this foundation is out here. So if you do have a family in need of assistance and county is not able to help them, Sing Me to Heaven is probably your first contact you're going to have to make. I think they're still kind of trying to decide as far as financially how much they're able to give. But anything is better than nothing. So it's a wonderful organization, and just make sure you spread the word to all funeral directors around that, they are an organization locally here, based out of LaPorte City, but they're more than welcome to, help anybody that's in need of it.